Okay, hello everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are live for day three. Good evening, everyone. Hello, good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay, everyone, welcome to day three, which is the grand finale. So we have to make it more. It's gonna be longer. We're gonna try to make it longer. Oh, we should make it shorter. We have a lot to cover, but so far, yeah, you guys are owing me a sign up page though. But let's forget about that for now. Okay, good evening. Hope you had a good day. You had a good day. Hope you had a good day. Hope you had a good day. So we are all welcome to day three. Day three. Okay, so I remember giving an assignment that we should do a sign up page, and I believe that everyone has done it. So today we'll continue from where we stop. And today we're gonna do a lot of things. So like this video is gonna be on YouTube, so you can come back and watch it at any time. So where you have some, maybe you have some stops, you can actually come back and refresh your memory about it. And if you have questions, you go ask on the group, and then we sort it together. Okay? Yay! So today, it's a good day. Okay, let's dive into where we stopped. Okay, so I said everyone should create a sign in or sign up page, and yeah, and I could see some submissions in the group. I just quickly did this right now because we have really taken a lot of time explaining these things, and I believe that we've learned a lot, mostly from auto layouts to doing bringing pictures in and ways to arrange your files on your board, and also different ways to do a welcome page, your welcome screens, and yeah, how to bring in icons when you're doing this. Okay, so I believe we've learned all those, and we are good from this part on. And let's go into the rest parts now. Okay, everyone. So let's go into the rest part. So we've actually done this whole create screens, login screens, and then we have the other one called your sign up screens. Okay. So now let's delve into something different. Let's go into the website of all things. Now, when you actually enter a web browser, you are possibly chance to see this kind of layout, but this is for the phone layout. Okay, so this is a mobile layout. So what if this was actually a web layout? That's the thing that we should think about. When we said UI UX, we were thinking that everything should be mobile friendly, even though um, it has a web. There is a web version. It must have a mobile friendly view. So in a way that when you have something that has to do with mobile, there must be a way that you can actually see it on a wider screen, which is a desktop screen. And also when you see something on a wider screen, there's also a way you can see it on a mobile screen. and then we have the mobile screens right here, which are right here. So now just imagine if we're going to do a web. So we're going to do I think around 4 to 5 different things we're going to learn today that's going to help us, and that will actually give us the grasp of what I said about foundation. And then we'll talk about the rest things that are remaining, which is where to get clients, how to grow as a designer, how to level up every step of the way, and also the how to position yourself when you're actually working on product designer as a product designer. Sorry. So let's begin. Okay. So we have this now. Let's try to create let's try to create okay. So I'm going to do this because it's included in what I'm going to teach today. Put it right here. Right. Cool. Okay. So okay. So we're going to do something else. Let's start now. Cool. So we're gonna do a web version because we've done the mobile version. Okay, so now web version will go to first of all, sorry, you click on the frame and then you go to your desktop or tablet. So but we're not doing the tablets, we're doing the desktop. You're on desktop and then you see MacBook, and these are the different ones, but then we choose the desktop. Okay, desktop is 1440. So we're gonna put it underneath here. Okay, so I have working on the desktop right now. So come here and just put it on here. Cool. So we have this now. I want to work on the desktop version of it. So what we'll do is that I want to copy this here. Now let's see the view in a different way. That's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to click on this frame, which is the image frame here. Now I'm going to press Ctrl C, and then I'll come to the desktop right here. I press Ctrl V. Okay, so you can see that it copied very well. Now for us to arrange it. Okay, so desktop has 1440, right? So half of 1440 will be around what? That's what we're going to do now. So we're going to do this. Now let me teach you something about Figma. And you can also do it in Photoshop too. So if I click on this right here now, and this is my width right here. This is the width. And I come here to 1440 divided by 2. Did you see that? So it helps you to calculate sometimes if you don't want to just type your 720. You can just go there to width and then you type 1440 divided by 2. Or you have maybe a smaller screen, anything that you have around, you can actually just go there. It will do the solution for you and bring it right here. And then you can actually do the rest now, which is also you can come here and then the height of the screen is 1024. So you can click on this frame inside and then you type 1024. Okay, so we have this right here. You can see how we're transforming it now, and we're getting our preview. Okay, so right now we want to also preview our work as we normally did for the mobile. So we can come here to prototype, and then we'll come here to show prototype settings. Okay, if you can hear me, just let me know. Show prototype settings, and then I'm going to click here. I'm going to change it to none, no device. Okay, no device, and then we'll come click here, preview. Okay, so preview. Then we'll come back. We'll click on this desktop right here, but we'll have to wait for it to load because it will surely load. So you have to wait, and then when it loads, you just click on this desktop. You wait for it to load. Okay, just make sure you're working well. Okay, let's fix this. No device. Okay, working on those errors on Figma. It normally happens. So you have your preview right here. Okay, so you just need to set everything. So what you do now is that you zoom in. Now we're editing. So everything we're editing here now will be showing on this screen, so we know what we're doing. Okay, so we come here, click on this. We already know that it's already set, so we can just bring it down. You can use your arrows to just put it down right here like this. And okay, so 40, cool. Okay, can increase the screen to make sure we're seeing everything. Okay, cool. So we have this one right here, and then what we have here now on the right, we'll now bring in. Now on, remember on mobile, the first thing you see is this information right here. Okay, we can, so now this is the idea. Now you have every information right here on your mobile, but on this desktop, how do you think it would be? So on desktop, this is what normally happens on desktop. So on desktop, there are, how would I say, there are different ways of actually addressing this issue. Number one, on the mobile, we just entered the mobile directly, and we have this is why websites are normally different. On websites, you will normally see different information that will lead you to another screen. Now on this one, you notice that you have to come here to the sign up, like a tab, right? And then on the tab, normally on desktop, we have the username and password thing right here. If for people who have normally use mobile, you note on desktop, you normally see those things there. You notice that there is as you come into this tab here, it's normally a sign up and sign in tab. So you have to go dive into your sign up, put your information, create your account, work those things. Okay, so now I want to fix that now. So let's start with this one first, and then we'll go to the other one. So we come here, and then we can just copy this welcome back thing, welcome, copy this, and then put it right here. Then we'll fix it right here. Okay, so in this case, we don't need to, it doesn't need to break because that's not right. So we can put it straight. Let's fix everything. Okay, welcome back user will be there. And then we'll come here, we'll copy this to 3. Okay, come here, paste it. Okay, okay, you fix it here. Control V, paste it, drag it here. Okay, we're getting the alignment right. And then now we want to do the rest, which is coming here to, now the next thing will be to put this thing to be on the edge. Yeah, so what we do now is I'll click on this 1, 2, then 3, then you push it towards the end here. Just push it towards the end here, somewhere around this place. Cool. And then you check the measurement for it. This is what we're going to do now. So we already know that this is 1000, this is 720, right? So now we want to make sure that everything is actually accurate. So let me just fix this. So for you to align things to your right or left, and you know that maybe the things at the center, you click on the one that's already in a very good alignment, and then click on the next one which is underneath it, and then you go to your position here, and then if it's right or left you want to do it, you can do it right or left, any one of it. But yeah, so you can choose anyone. Okay, so those like that. And afterwards, when you're done with this, you can just select everything right here, and then you just adjust it a bit. Okay, cool, cool. Got it right here. Sorry. So for you to get this field alignment, what you do, which keys will I use to merge and pick more than one tools at the same time? It's a normal key we normally use for every design software. You click on one and then you press shift, you click on the next one, click on the next one, click on the next one, click on the next one. That's it. Normal tools, which is shift, or you can just highlight everything at once. Okay, so that's just it. So when we have this now, we can even change the alignment a bit if we want to. We can say, okay, welcome back user, and then we can press Shift A, which is auto layout, and auto layout gives us this format. But now, before we do auto layout, let's do something that is important. So we want to organize everything. So we know that this tab and this tab, they are 15. So we'll press Shift A to add auto layout to that. This tab and this tab, the spacing is 30. Okay, then this tab, this one here, and this tab, we know that it's let's just say let's say 8. Yeah, 8. Then we just press Shift A to make it auto layout. Okay, they'll come this one, this one, and this one. Now let them be even. Shift A. So you see all this auto layout I've added, everything now is on auto layout. So it actually makes everything accurate in a way. So we know that the auto layout of this one here now is 608. That's the width. Okay, so that's the width we have. Okay, so we're in order. So everything now is on auto layout. We know that it's very straightforward now. There is no breaking or anything having any issues here. So the next one now, for people who have done uh, their sign up, I believe some people actually added some things to it, and I love that. Some people added the Google thing and the rest of it. That was really nice. Well done, well done. And to not waste time, I'm just going to copy this, which I have here already, and put it right there. So Control C, and then come here, Control V. Okay, so make sure it's at the center. That's the center. Okay, cool. So you just come here, you align it, and so the font we used for this was Inter, I believe. Inter, yeah, Inter. Okay, so yeah, change to Inter for mine. Okay, so continue with, and then we have this right here. For this, I'm just gonna change the color to align with what we have already here. So just come to this, and this one will come to this, but in a lower pace right here. Okay, so okay, so cool. We have this. So we have this, and then I believe we have this all set up. Now there are different ways to do this kind of thing, and basically, like I said, knowledge is everything. So it's how you want to present it and how you want it to be. So there are ways you can actually do it. You can say, okay, this one can be one option, or you can say the other option can be, you can just duplicate this, and this is how options come in. You can just say, okay, you don't want, you want, let me just put everything on auto layout on this part. Just come here and auto layout, Shift A, and social icons. It's the same way we actually get it from Iconify. There is no special way of doing it. You just go to Iconify, you type the icon you want, and then you get your icons. There is no importing in any way. It's there's no like bringing it from you download from Google. No, Iconify is right there. You just do everything from there. You don't need to stress yourself and go and download. Like I said, Figma is a very wide library, so it's actually reducing the stress for you. You don't have to do everything from zero. So that's a very good relief. Okay, so we have this everything on auto layout. So now this is another way to do it. So we have this one on auto layout already, and then we have this. So I can just increase this right now, right? And then I can say, okay, I can put this on a white background, which I'll do right now. So I can say, okay, this one is already on auto layout. On auto layout now, I can just say, okay, so this is on auto layout right now. So I can say, this is what I want to do now. Just watch this. On auto layout, you see this thing right here. You can increase and decrease it. You see what's going on? I don't know if you can see it, but then you can actually do something on it. So you can just come here and maybe change this to the margin between them to about 30, and then the height to, you see why auto layout is good. Now you see how auto layout is helping you. Just come here 30 and you leave it 30. Cool. And then the next thing, you can add your curve to be 40, or let's just say 32 still, and then you add your fill to be white, and voila, you have this. So you have a different style already, and you know that the background will be, so the background will be the one which will be, sliding. There's an effect for it. You can create a component for it, which we'll do shortly. So you can, this can be sliding component, and then you can see the tab right here. So this is a different view from this one we have right here. And on this view, you can maybe do any design you want to do. You can say, okay, since this is right here, you can just increase the tab, and you can actually bring it down like this. You can just change it. You can change the form here to center, and then you just make the thing left to right. Yeah, anyhow you want it. So you can say, okay, let's just say 640, and 560. Okay, so that's all arranged, and you have this same style. You can see the difference of the two of them right now. You can see this has its own feel, right? This one has its own feel. This one has its own feel. You can see different ideas popping out. That's how they are. That's how UI is. It's a wide idea board. You can bring out different things from just one design you've created. So that's the whole trick on it. Okay, so the thing I told you about that will lead you to this spot will be the first thing that will welcome you, which is the website. So how do you actually do that? Now, normally the app came this normally an app comes from a website sometimes. So you can go to a website, and then from the website they'll tell you to actually download the app, right? Okay, so how do we actually come up with that idea? And that's what when I come to this now, we can say, okay, so this is how the website came about. Now, the website came about from, you started from, now let's go. So let me just duplicate this screen instead of actually creating a new one. So this would be a new place now right here. So, and then I'll not delete everything here because I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. Okay. I don't need this too. So basically we can go. So we have the plain text up right here. Okay. And then we want to bring in the text and everything. So basically we're doing the website now. So I will just bring in this text right here. So this is the ideation coming up. So you can see that everything is coming from a plain idea that comes up. So now for the text for the website, this is where the idea and the knowledge of having a this visual hierarchy thing skill comes in. So for the text of the mobile, we use 20 for the header one, which is H1 for the text. Now for a website, we won't be using that text because it will be small, it's a website. So that's where the whole idea comes in. So we have the steps of um but because some use, I think the one I saw recently, some use 40, some use 30, some, and how do you calculate that? Let me show you how to do that. So on normal browsers, I'm going to use that. I'm going to show you an example of how it is. So let me show you the extension that you can use to check how, people can check your font size of, you know, laptop. This is actually good for learning too. So you can actually go to a website. Let me go to one website now. History. Let me check different website that you can go to. Let's see. Okay, let's see this online resume builder. Okay, so now this is a website, and you can see what I'm saying. You have this font, it's big, and then build a resume, get your resume score, and then sign in and get started. Okay, so now how do we get the sizes? Like there are different sizes. Each website has their own size that they deem fit to be there. So this is called word font, right? There's word font, there's font finder, but word font is good in a way. So when you click on word font, it's an extension. You can actually get it on Chrome and your browser. So when you come to word font, you'll notice that you see, if you hover over a text, you see the name of the text, right? This is Rubik, this is Inter. This is Rubik. So we know that they use Rubik and Inter for the website. When you click on this, you'll notice that you see the size 58, the line height 76, and the weight is 500. You can see the color too. You can see the style. You can see the variant. You can see the family. And this is H1. And this is paragraph. You can see how everything is. This is H2. Now you see these are the different. Now we notice that the H1 is 58, which is what we're now on this one. Now we're using our, so come here and then want to build our own now. Maybe our own might be, let's just say 64. Let's see how 64 is. I think that's actually good. And then we'll come here, maybe the line out to be around 72 or so. Let's see how 72 is. Spacing is too much. You come here, edit it. Let's just say 68. Okay, that's good. We increase the, yeah, that's it. So come here, we increase this. And this is 1. We change the alignment to left. And then we can actually increase it again if you want to. But then I believe that it being like this is good because of the text and how they break, because you should actually take care of breakpoints. When you're reading something, this is something you should know in design too. You should actually mind breakpoints. So breakpoints are, how would I put it now? Um, how your eyes are reading what you're seeing on your screen. So basically, the first one is the digital space is changing rapidly. That's understood. Let's change it together. You see, those are the breaks and the information. You can't say, sometimes it will be odd when your website like this, the digital space is changing rapidly. Let's change it together. You see, that kind of thing. So, that those are the skills that actually gives you more value and more understanding of what you're designing. So that's one thing. And then you come here to the second one. So this is a paragraph text. So paragraph text, you can say, okay, I think this can be H2 or H3. And you can see on this one, we don't have any, I don't think we have the H2 we had after this one was this one, which is 32, 32, 58. Okay, so we have 64, 64. Let's just say the next one will be, let's just say 42. Okay, let's see. And then we change it to left. And then we increase this to about 36. Let's say 36. Because we want the space to be there. And 36. Okay, let's say come here. Let's change it to 38, 38, yeah, and then we select this, okay, double click on it, gives you that fill, and then we just adjust the height a bit, let it be 30, 40 something. And also, if you notice that this style isn't working, this is what you now do to adjust it. It's either you leave it here, or you can say, okay, you want to be at the center, and then you can change everything to center. Now, this is how you make things work when they are not working right on the left, okay? So if you notice that it's crumbled on the left side, you just put it at the center, and then you adjust everything, put it right here, put it at the center, and then you increase the size a bit, like this. You come here, you increase them individually. When you're doing this, remember you hold your Alt, and then, yeah, okay, just, and then you increase this. Okay, so you have this and this, 34, let's see, 34. Okay, so this is the idea that comes with building a website. Okay, so we have this too, and then the next one will be, okay, so maybe it's a project or so. Just push it up a bit in this place. I think 30 would be nice. And then just say 30. Okay, so next one now will be, now it will now change in a way, because on the phone you have it here, sign in and login, or sign up or login. I think sign up would be better. Yeah, the text should be sign up. That's my mistake. Okay, so now we have this right here, and then the next one will now be the buttons, right? But now on the button place, now this is where the placement will now change. So Ctrl C, and then come to this desktop 3, paste it right here. So now on this part, now this is where some things will now change. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce this to, right, I'm going to reduce it like this a bit, and then let me zoom in so you see what's happening. I'm going to press Shift A. Now on Shift A, remember this is vertical, right? This is vertical, it's going down. So I want to make it horizontal. So come here on the auto layout place, click on horizontal, and then we're just going to extend it. Yeah, just extend from the end. I'm going to have it like this. But what is going to happen is that I'm going to duplicate this, because this is not supposed to be here. Now we're going to put this right here on top, because it's supposed to be for the header. It's not going to be here again. So what is supposed to be here now is going to be, you can guess. If anybody's actually here on this timeline here. Now, who can guess what we're going to put on this place? Who can guess? Who can guess? Who can guess? Who can guess what we're going to put on that place? I'm actually giving expo now, so let's see who will actually get it first before we get there. Who can guess? Who can guess? Who can guess? Who can guess? Nobody's guessing. Okay, let me just open a website random. Okay, get started is right there. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Anybody else? I just gave the expo now, so you can actually just say it. That's fine. I just gave out the expo. It's CTA, yeah, that's the CTA. But then the what I was actually looking for is, um, download the app or get it on Google Play. So two, these two right here, yeah, these are information that, yeah, this is what I was actually looking for, because you know that we have the sign in and login right here, and then on the top we have your information. So this is where, this is like the core place. Okay, so this is what we're actually working on right now. So this was what I was actually thinking, this is what I'm thinking, that's what we're supposed to go for. Okay, but everyone tried. It's not, yeah, I know it's the first time. Okay, so that's what we're actually going to put right here. And then I believe we can actually get it on this. Yeah, we do have it on Iconify, so we can actually check that and bring it out. Okay, so we can actually round up this part. Okay. I think they had it that time. Just download Play Store. Okay, if they don't have it, now let me teach you how to actually create that button type. Okay, so I taught you how to do the single buttons, which is what we have here. So we're going to group this. Okay, so I'm going to group this. So what we're going to be designing is that we're going to download this. So we have this normally on, we have it normally online. Yeah, so for you to actually do it customized for yourself, you can even do it. So it's quite easy. You just come here. Now for you to do that kind of button, it's a bit similar to what we have on the rest of it. So you just come here to your Play Store and you just search for Play Store. And what you do now is that you just click on any one that you feel is good, and then you come here, you change the color to white, because it's going to be white afterwards. So put it on white, and then you import as a frame. Okay, so when you import as a frame, what you do next is that you come here and you can see the text we have, download on the, no, get it on Google Play. Okay, so get it on Google Play. What you do now is that you just get it on, and then Google Play. Now this is the thing, you don't press enter and then type it under. Don't do that. Okay, so what you do now is that you have to duplicate this, Control D, and then you type Google Play. Okay, so when you do that, you increase it to, I think it's on semi bold or so, or bold, and then increase it to about let's see, I think 20, 32 will be fine. I think it's big. But then what you do now is that you now you're now setting up the button. So everything must be misarranged because you're using something, you're not creating it from zero. Okay, so you select this and you select the next one. Like I said, remember, you click on the first one, you hold shift for the second one, shift A, which is auto layout, and then you change it to vertical. Okay, and then you put the spacing. I think the spacing is less, I think it's about 2 or so. Yeah, and then what you do now is that you now come to your main auto layout and shift it like this, just adjust it a bit. Okay, so you're getting the button now, you're adjusting everything right now. So this is what you're doing, and then you come here, double click on this, select it, press K. Remember, you press K for your scale, so you just increase the scale right now here, and voila, you've gotten your own customized Google Play button. And this is what we have here, Google Play. You can actually get the icon too. If you don't get the icon on Iconify, you can come on Google and then you get this exact icon you're looking for, that you get it there. And yeah, have it on Google, and then you just extend the edges a bit. Okay, so we have it right here. Then you just put it to black. Okay, so we have this, and then next one will be your you can leave this, and then you come here to Apple Play, and you duplicate this, Control D. Now I know it's a bit scary, but like I said, if you have any question, you let me know. Okay, so you duplicate it, Control D, and then come here to Apple, and yeah, you will see the Apple icon, which is this one. That's what I'm doing right now. And then you select this, you select this, you select this. Remember, you select the icon, and then you come here. When you selected this, you come here to replace icon. Okay, so you just click here, replace icon, it replaces it directly, like I said. Okay, so if you have any issues, like I said, if you're following, it's just everything is the same method. Just follow the method and you get it. So you replace icon, and then you type the same thing we have here, which is download on the App Store. So you can just say download on the, you click on the second one, you type App Store. Cool. So we have the two buttons right here. Okay. So what we do now is that we just adjust them. So we just adjust them right now. We just have this two key buttons right here. So what we do next, just adjust this. They are the same, everything of the same on this width also. Press Shift A for auto layout, and then you put them at the center. Okay, so we have this right here. Download on the App Store, blah blah blah. Then you have it right here, and also this is just a sketch. Remember, I told you, because you have something that has to come from here that will lead you to this screen. Okay, so I'm just so this is 90. Let's just change that from 90. Let's still click on this. Let's change it to 90. Okay, 90. Okay, 90 is fine. Okay, 90, and let's change this width to 290. Fine. Okay. So I have this right here, and then we know that, okay, if they come in, this is what they see first. We have download on Google Play. That's cool. Then the next step will be the information right here, which is the header. So for the header, this is what we're going to do. We're going to create just a dummy header for it. Okay, so we're just going to come here. Let's just say let's come here now and say okay, so let's do this. We're going to just bring this up right here. Just duplicate the text, Control D, and then we'll bring the text up. We don't need this. Just drag it up outside your layout, and then we're going to bring this. Now this is where the text functionality comes in. So you notice that in every website, you notice that the top here, the text is normally uniform, right? They are smaller than this, so it's normally like around 15, 16, around that size of text. And we know that on this one we have the text to be on the sign in. Let's see let's see the size we have here. So the size we have here is 16. Okay, so I have 16, so we're going to bring this back, and then we're going to say we're going to put it at 16. Okay, and then we're going to start with the information. So we're going to say let's just say it's product. Okay, product. So okay, if it's small, we can actually change the text. We just have to click on each of them. So to click on each of the text like this, what you do, mostly when they are inside a box or auto layout, you're going to press Control, Shift and Control. when you're doing that. So when you click on when you press Control, you will see you can actually click on the text directly inside. And then when you want to click on the next one, you hold Shift too, and then you can actually click on the next one. That's how you do it. Okay, so come here. Let's change it to 20. Let's see. I think it's visible now. This is visible, so we can actually see it better now. So let's align this center. Let's select this and this and this. Then we align center. Okay, so this is center already. Okay, product. Okay, so now what we want to do now is that on this on each of the on each of this the text right here, you want to make them an auto layout. Okay, you don't want to leave them as a normal text anytime you're doing that. Remember, so anything you have to do that has to do with a button or a CTA call to action, it has to be in an auto layout. Please do not forget that. Okay, so we just come here 26. Let's just adjust this a bit, and then we just press Shift A to add an auto layout, and it will be like this. Exactly, this is better. Please just always do it like this. And then what you do now is that you duplicate, Control D. Okay, so product, and then we can say, okay, this one can be products, uh, news. Okay, so this one can be news, and let's say randomly. I can say this one is um, about. Okay, and let's see, the next one can be let's think of a random thing to just put there. Okay, so can I say just say features? Yeah, features is fine. So we can say features. Okay, so features right here. Features. Okay, so these are ideas. Just putting the things there, information. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring in a logo we can use for that right now. That's what we're gonna do. So yeah, let's look for a logo. I believe I did something for just something simple we can add to it, and then we okay. So just put this century right here. Just use the century. Okay, okay, just paste it right here, and I'm just gonna change this. Then we're gonna edit, just adjust everything. Okay. So if you have any logo at all, just for just add it. Okay. And we'll just come here and make this to enter. Okay. Just want to change this color now to be this. Okay, center. So yeah, we actually created this logo in Figma too. So Figma is actually it was used. We used this draw feature here to create this. So Figma is actually a big platform now. It's actually in the big boys. So right now we want to adjust everything now, and this is where we come into what we said yesterday. So we want to do the adjustment now on top, and you see everything just adding up little by little. This is how you come up with different ideas popping in, and that's how you just arrange everything. Okay, so you come here to desktop, and you click on desktop, you go to your layout grid, and then we fix the layout grid which you talked about yesterday. So come here to columns, and then the margin will be 64, I believe. Yeah, we said the first one is 16, second one is 32, third one is 64, right? I believe that's what we said yesterday, right? We remember, right? So what you do now, the next one will be putting your auto layout. Click on this, click on this, click on this, and you know how to select them, pressing shift. When you're done, you press shift A, auto layout. This one is already on auto layout and this one is on its own. So you just click on this to adjust it to this place right here. And then you click on these three, you make it centered. Okay, you adjust it a bit, you push this down, this push it like this a bit. Yeah, let it be on this edge right here. And then you can, what you do next is that you adjust the buttons a bit. You can actually let's adjust the buttons. You can just come here. Now what we want to do now to these buttons is that we want them to fill container. Okay, so that's what I want to do now. I want to teach you a new step of using auto layout. Okay, so this is how you do it. Click on the buttons directly, just the buttons, right? And then you come here to your height on the auto layout. When you click on fill container, I know that it's going to be odd and weird in a way. You'll be like, what does it do? Okay, so I click on the main the auto layout that is covering both of them, and I drag it down. You notice that the button is actually increasing with it. Why is that? That's because we actually put it on fill container. So the container, the container which it has filled is the auto layout which you have around it. And basically the auto layout, like let me do that again so you won't actually miss the step. Okay, so normally the button was here, and if I actually do it, this is the auto layout guiding the two buttons. If I drag it down, sorry, not there. If I drag it down, you notice that it's okay. Let me go back, back, back. Okay, okay, cool. So if let me go back here. Now we're here again. Okay, so if I click on this auto layout right now, and basically you can see that it's on hog. And if I drag it down, you notice that it doesn't do anything. The two buttons are still there. Who cares? Nobody's moving. So, and if you do it like this too, you notice that it's moving because the width is already fixed. See, it's already on fill container for the width, but for the height, it is just on hog. So I come here and I select both buttons like this, and then I go to this place here, and I go to fill container. Okay, and then when I go to fill container, I know that anytime I actually just click on only the auto layout, which is holding both buttons, and I drag it down, it will fill. It will follow me. Okay. So that is what I was actually looking for. You just fill it. And we can say, okay, I want the button to be 60. So we just put 60 there and it will adjust to 60. And then we'll come here, we can just push this a bit like this, and we're good to go. Okay, if you do not understand that, just let me know and I will explain again on the group. Okay, so we have this and this. So select those two because those two are actually going to be on the left side a bit. You press shift A and then you select the last one and this one. Then you now press shift A again, and everything will now be on the auto layout panel. It's going to be on top. So that's your header. Okay, and you have your hero section right here, which is already fixed right here. So have your hero section right here, and then you have your WhatsApp and the rest. Download from App Store and Google Play right here. And what you do next is that you just adjust a few things. You can come here and say, okay, you want this one to be bolder. You say, okay, you want it to be bold. You can change to bold, and then you come here. You say you wanted this. This is regular. It's fine. Then this one space should be here like this. And then the next thing, we can actually reduce this. We don't want it to be too big. You can just press K, and then you reduce a bit, because normally it's just a sketch. Yeah, okay, cool. Just put it right there at the center. And then you now say, okay, you want this place now to have some screens from this one. So you can say, okay, you want, now this is where creativity comes in. You can now say, okay, so this is the idea just popping in now. You can say, okay, you can click on this desktop right here, and then you go to, this is ideation process. So come here, click on ellipse, and then you draw your circle right here. I know, even me, I don't know what I'm even doing, but we're gonna do something. Okay, so you press I, which is your color picker, click on color, and then you select it, go to the center, you just fill it right here. But I think let's just say like this would be good. Cool, great. And then you just push it down a bit. And then now we're gonna do something. We're gonna take this screen and this screen and this screen. Okay, so I'm just gonna duplicate it. Control D. Okay, yeah, okay, duplicate. And then we're gonna just fix the, now on position, if you look on your right on position, that place called more actions is right there. If you click on it and then you distribute horizontal spacing, it goes like this. So you can actually just reduce the spacing here. You notice the spacing will appear here before clip content. So you just adjust it a bit. And now we just come here. What we want to do now is that we'll come to the edge. We want to fix the edge of the mobile screen. So we can just add the edge to be about 8, let's just say 20. 20 good? Okay, 20 is good. So we'll press K. Now we'll press K, which is your scaling, and then you reduce it a bit like this. So we're just bringing in ideas bit by bit. And then what we do now is that we just press Shift A to make it auto layout, and then we'll click on the first screen, which is a major screen, put it here, and then we drag this frame on top inside this. Then we'll put it at the center. Like I said, everything from zero always lead to something good. So we just come here and then we start adjusting. So this is where your ideas are just popping in right now. So yeah, this is how ideation is. You come here and then you right click, and then you can actually ungroup, which is on, just remove the auto layout, and then you continue again. Now wow, it's actually looking nicer. We're getting there. So you come here, you push to your right, come here, push, and then you pull it down, press Control and the bracket after P. You know that bracket after P? Yeah, that's the one you use. Put it down, and then you push it down a bit like this. Click on this one, put it like this. Okay, so we're getting the ideation bit by bit. And also, if you want to fix it right, you can just press Shift A to put the auto layout. Now it's on auto layout. What you do now is that you can come here, you can just go to minus. But on the minus, you can notice that one of the screens is actually on top, which is not supposed to, you don't want this one to be on top, you want this one to be on top. So you click on that frame. Okay, you click on that frame, and then you bring it on top. Just, but if you bring it on top, it's going to be like this. You notice it. So that's why now this is where you don't actually need an auto layout for this thing. You just need to make it a frame. Okay, so now this is the different thing. I just showed you the error when you do it like this. Now how to fix it? How do you fix it? How do you fix this kind of issue? So for you to fix kind of issues, it's easy. What you do now is that you're on frame, like I said, just come here on group, sorry, right click, and then you on group right here, right, and then you put this one back. Okay, select the three of them, and then you right click, and then you say frame selection, frame selection. Now, if you notice, it's all good. You can do it like this, like this. You see, you're on track. There will be no, like you see, that's the difference between. So we don't need another layer for this part. You can just want to just add a frame, and we're good to go. And yeah, you can fix the edge just right there. You make everything right. Just fix it like this a bit, and then you can come to the two frames like this, which is what you want to put down. Put it down. Okay, so we have this frame, and then we fix the other things on top. You can actually come here to this frame we have here. What you do now is that I want to add a shadow to give it a feel. You can, so there are plugins you can use. You can use beautiful shadow. Is there any way to drag outer layer without affecting the text inside of it? Yes, you can. That's what we've been doing since. Which of the layers exactly though? Because you don't really, when you are clicking, the first thing you click when you are clicking a frame is the frame itself. So that's what we're doing. If you notice, this is not a picture. Like the text is inside. I can still click it. So the first thing you click is normally the frame. That's why this is appearing first. Okay. So this is the frame you are clicking first. So and you can actually do the beautiful, beautiful gradient or drop shadow, I think. What's the name of it? Beautiful shadows, yeah, beautiful shadows. So beautiful shadows, you can actually use it. So run, and then what do they do? It's an easy way to actually do your shadows. So you can just do your shadows from here. You can do it like this, adjust it. You see the effect of what it's bringing to you. Yeah, you can see the effect here. Yeah, you can see how the effect is, and how you're adjusting it. How is it showing on your screen? You can see how it is on the image right here. You can see the effect, right? You can see it right there. So you can actually add this using beautiful shadows. Just go like this, and now this is where you can actually see what you're doing. So this is the opacity, and you can increase it to 50 if you want. See, you see how the shadow is, and basically that's actually good. In some ways you can just make it so see, so just add a bit, and then you press OK, apply, and then you have your shadow right there. Then we're bringing everything to life little by little. So basically we have the first thing you see when you want to actually do this, and then when you actually come, you just come here, click on this part here, okay, and then you just adjust it a bit, just a bit like this, okay, and then you fix this, the text a bit. Yeah, I think this is actually cool for the text. A bit like 72. I think 72 is fine, and then the spacing between them should be around yeah, the spacing between them should be around 28. I believe that's fine, and then we increase, we put this top right here, okay, and then we'll bring this on top to just bring the top a bit, and you put it at center. Yeah, that's it. Wonderful, wonderful. So we have actually created a system from the website to the we have created this from, now that when you come to the website, this is what you see first. Now we want to play with let's play with prototype next before we do the next thing. So I wanted to ask, are we following? You can see how we're actually ideating, we're getting ideas, generating ideas, how the ideas are coming, what's next, and this is the ideation process. I'm not going to just design something that we can follow. by taking it from zero, and from zero, I gradually growing. We're getting ideas bit by bit, and putting them together. Okay, so just let me know if you're following, if you're good, if you're stuck anywhere. Let me know. Okay, great. So you can see we're actually getting everything step by step, base by base, doing everything one by one, and basically this is how it is, and you're getting it bit by bit. And this is how you can actually steal things from here. Now you can just come here and say, okay, you want to steal things. You can just let's steal something from here. Now this is the ideation. Okay, so now the more you're working on a project, the more ideas coming. That is how it is. So like we always say, this is how ideas flow as designers. We have this, how would I say, idea pump also. So that's how it is. You just have the idea pump. Now remember, on websites sometimes you can see some fun things around the website. Now this is how we can do. We can say, okay, we already have this thing here, and we don't use we are not using this thing again, right? We're not using this thing again. So right now we can actually pick some things from there that will make our website actually look good. Don't you think so? Yeah, I think so. So you can come here and just pick this. Let's delete this thing that will obstruct it. Okay, so let's remove this. Let's remove this. We don't need this. Okay, so you can actually stay there. We don't need you. Right now, I want to use this thing right here. Pick this. Control G. Let's just group it. Okay, so you can actually just pick all these things right here. Let's see this one. Okay, so we can pick this. Control G, and then okay, Control G. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so we have all these things right here. We can come here and then we can just push it down right here. Okay, increase the size a bit. Here, click, drag here, just somewhere around here, or spacing around here. So come here. Okay, and then we have this kind of thing around the website. You can see the flow. Like, this is how you actually generate ideas from bits by bits. You keep on increasing, then you know what you're adding next, what you feel will work for it. Like, you know, that's how you generate ideas for your landing page. Okay, so you see, you've gotten up to this point, you're doing great. And you guys should let me know if you're good. Just let me know how it is. And then now what we want to do now is that, okay, so basically now we know that this one won't be needed. Okay, so I think we can actually use this. Okay, so let's see how this one can play in a role. Let's see. Okay, so we can actually press Ctrl G, bring it right here. Okay, cool. Let's just put it there. So like I said, it's the idea just comes up, you just fill it in. Okay, so we have this right here. Then the next thing now is now we have this setup. Now we know that, okay, this is where you come to. This is the phone, and this is our setup system. Now when you come to a website, this is what happens. Okay, so this is the prototype stage of it. Now I want to do prototype. Okay, so now let's do prototype. Let's see how it works. Okay, So let's see. When you go to a website, first thing that does is that everything loads on the website, right? Okay, so now how do we do that? We know that on the next page, this is mini animations, okay? So we know that on the next page, this one is underneath. So when on this page, we want it to come from the bottom, okay? And then we want this. Now, watch how we're doing it. We move that one down to the bottom, and then we're going to put this as 0, okay? And then we'll come here on this text. We want the text to just appear from bottom like this, just a bit. And then we want it to be at 0. Now, watch you. Everything might be funny and stupid at first, but you are doing something. So this is what we're doing. We're changing everything. We click on this again, and then we want it to go down like this, and then this should be appearance 0. Okay, and then this one, we want this to come from right, and then appearance here should be 0. Here we want it to be from the bottom, from top to bottom. So you come here. Now you see all the changes that we're doing now. We're just putting everything. So like I said, in animation in After Effects, know this. Also in After Effects too, we'll be doing that class later. So in After Effects, make sure you do your finishing, your end product before you come back and edit. Okay, that's the law we're following right here now. So we come, click on this, move it down a bit, and then want it to appear from here. Let it be 0. Okay. Then from here, we want this to come from the right. Oh, sorry. Oh, you come back here, take this. Okay. And then let it be 0. Now it's all weird because at the end of it, we have changed all the appearances and everything. Now this is looking weird in a way, I know. And then we will just do this. Let this one just go up like this. Okay, so it's up. Up, okay, up. And then it should be 0. Now, watch what we're going to do next now. Now, watch what we're going to do next. We're going to click on this desktop, and then we're going to go to prototype. Now, watch this. I'm going to link this. You see this plus right here? This plus showing when you hover over the edge when you're prototype. You must be on prototype first. So you click on this edge, you link it to this one, and then you put it on after delay. Let it be on smart animate, and watch how this normal setting will be like if we click on this, and then let's click on this, and then we'll go back to this. Now see how it works. You can see the effect which you've created. So this is like you telling me that this from this plain background is what we get the other background. So we do it again. Let's try it again. You can come here. You can see that everything we set from the initial stage move to the next one. And this is the power of the smart animate which we use. So this smart animate here, this is the delay, this is the duration. So if you want the delay to be 1500, now watch how it works on 1500. You can just come here, click on this, 1500, it will set time. Okay, so we can come here and say we want it back to be 800, and then we want this to be let's just say we want the duration of the animation to be more longer, so come here to 1000, no 1000, not 100, sorry, 1000. Okay, and then you come here, refresh. You see how smooth that is? Very smooth. Yeah, very smooth. And let me put it like that, very smooth. So you can just check it again and see how it is. You just refresh, and then you can see how. So the difference between the delay and the duration is that the delay tells you the amount of time it's going to appear, which is in 800 milliseconds, this is going to appear. But then this one, the duration shows you the smoothness on how it's going to appear, like how slow it's going to be. So you want it to be like crisp or fast. So if you put it on just 2 milliseconds, now this is what you can see. Just refresh, it comes up. Like you won't even see anything like that, it just pops up, which is not nice. Okay, so you need that smoothness. So you can put it on 1000, and then you can refresh to see how it is. And voila, you have this smooth. And the same thing and then when you have this now already set, you can now, there are different ways of actually doing this. You can now say, you can change this. This is bouncy, this is slow. So if you choose bouncy, this is what you get if you choose bouncy. You see, so it affects everything which you have edited on this first screen, and it appears on the next one. So bouncy like this. And then we have that different ones. We have quick. Quick is like, like flash, no wasting time. You can see, yeah, that's it. And then you have different. You have slow. Slow can be like, just want to be very moist or that kind of thing. So you have this, and you see we've already created the web page. We have the animation to the web page, and then we want to now create a system that will lead to the welcome back user. And welcome back user is for login. Okay, so we didn't do the page for sign up, but you understand how to create that. That will be your own assignment to create that. So you're on the sign up part for you. Okay, so now next one will now be um, login. Okay, so if you put the prototype here, linking to this part right here, and then you want it to be on smart animate, or you want to be slow, and just on click, right? So when you click on login, it takes you to this screen right here. Okay, so now we've fixed it. So if you click on it now, if you notice, it just goes like that. Okay, you can see that right here. So if you start again, this is what you see. One. So you can start prototype, just restart prototype, go to the front like that, and then log in, come here. You see, those are you see you've created a system, right? You created a system that this is where it starts from, this is where you're going to. Okay, so we've done a very, very nice work right here. We've started from, we brought the ideation thing. We're thinking of where to go next, and those mini branches that we're doing, and we've got into this part. Well done, people. And you can actually do the same thing for your mobile, which we have. So we can come here and just try the same thing that we've done for this place for the mobile. Let's go. So we'll come here and then we change the settings back to iPhone. I think iPhone 14 Pro Max, that's what we use for it. Okay, so we're gonna come here and click on this. Let's do the this thing now. So we'll come here. So let's do something now. Let's make it more fun for the phone. Okay, so we can actually click all these three screens. Okay, go to design first, and then we'll just push it to screen because we're not using these ones, I believe. Okay, so we just need an empty screen. So we can just say, okay, we want this one right here. Sorry, choose that. Just delete all this. Okay, delete this, and then we can bring in the century, which is our logo. Okay, copy, and then okay, paste right here, and then we put a center. Okay, so our century, and then these two buttons we want it to come from underneath, so you can just put it right here, push it down, just push it down. Okay, and then on this we can just copy this, Ctrl C, and then we'll put it right here on the screen, Ctrl V. Why did I put it right there? Because I want it to actually have the animation on the next screen. So we can just put this as 0. Okay, so these are the mini interactions we have. Okay, so we have this now, and then the next thing will be for us to actually do the animation. So we have this screen, which is your first one you open when you open the phone. So you have this, and then we want to animate it to the screen, and then we want to put on after delay, and after delay you want it to. Did you see that it was actually fast? I haven't even set everything, but then the animation is just flowing. Okay, so we have this. Okay, we have let's just say 800. Okay, and then we have this to be around 500 delay. Okay, so when you open the app, now let's go. So basically I open the app, and then okay, so for us to fix that thing that the century is going up, what you do is that you copy this century right here, you come here to the screen, you paste it, right? And then what you do now is that on design, you come here, you change the century logo to 0, which is it disappears. Okay, so you can click on this, and then you can see the animation. Okay, you can fix it right here. Just come here, look for the century right here. Okay, just adjust things and make it look as if you can actually cut this out. Like cut it out, Control X, then you paste it back again, Control V, put it back, and then you just look at how the control, smart animation, everything flows through. And on this screen, you know that if you click on sign in, or takes you to the screen, click on login, takes you to the screen. So that's the prototype work. Okay, so that's how you do mini interaction, like mini prototype. That's the simple method of doing it. Okay, it's as simple and straightforward, and you can see how the mini interaction is working. The century comes up, and okay, so you can actually change this right here, like I said, smart animate, and you can change it to Gen 2. Okay, so are we good? And also, if you don't want animation, you can make it dissolve, because most times your prototypes can be stubborn and you just want to make it dissolve. Okay, so dissolve gives it that feel. Dissolve. Okay, so great. So now let me show you. Okay, so this one, you know that if you're using this, to go to this one, then if you're using this, it will go to this one. Okay, so these are like interaction, and then we can actually add those arrow right here to lead to the back. If you want to do it, you can actually add it. You can use your Aquanify, and you can do that. So how do we do it? You can go to Aquanify, and then you look for arrow, and then you see these different types. You can click on one, you change the color back to, I think, black we use. Yeah, so on it, and then you import as frame. Okay, so that's how you do it. And then you go back to design, you turn it. You can just turn it right here. You can turn it to -180, and then it turns it back. Okay, so that's how you do it. Then you put it back up, drag it up, you just fix it. Okay, put it there accurately. make it 30. I think 30 will be nice. Okay, let's put it 30, and you fix it right there, and you can actually copy, and then you paste it on the next screen. It's going to apply on the same place, not going anywhere. Okay, same place. So you can actually just push this down, select all this, and you can push it down a bit, yeah, to give that place breathing space. Okay, so you know that when you're clicking it, it's not like you're clicking the you know that when you're clicking it, it's not like you're clicking the text there. So yeah, these are different additions. Then you know that when you're clicking this, it takes you back to this screen right here. Then clicking this takes you back to the screen. Okay, so these are like different interactions that you can do when you're working. So sign, login. Okay, so we have everything in order. So before we round up, and I will just teach you everything remaining now. So next thing that we want to talk about is like I always said, these are the skills that you need to master, which is your prototyping and your ability to actually create your the things that your users and your client is asking for. These are things that matters. Okay, so your ideation counts, your believing in yourself counts. So these are things that make you stand out as a designer. And where to find this kind of jobs, like you're looking for clients and all these things, they are everywhere. It's where you post, where people see it, people that refer you, collaboration projects. Those are places that you surely see jobs. Most things, like most times, it's collaboration. That's actually one thing that you can do. Working with someone that's actually working on a project. You can look for a developer is working on an app. You can say, okay, I'll do the app design, and then you do the you know development, and that's how you work hand in hand. And that's a first gig you can get for yourself. Collaboration, the internet, you post every day. If it's one thing you learn every day, like every day you learn a new thing. That is it. Even me, every day I learn a new thing, and every day you get better. That's how it is. Every day, every day, every day. Okay. And the fact about building a portfolio that actually works well for UI UX is what you do. So you're doing, like everything you're doing, each process, the way you actually come up with the idea. Like we're talking now, everything we're saying, if you actually write it out as a paragraph text and everything, like when I was working on this project, I was thinking about the images and the images that actually speak right to the users and everything. Um, it was actually going on the way of a tech brand, and tech brand deals with this and that. That's your, how would I say, that's your brief, that's your pitching, that's your, that those things that will actually speak to people who your potential clients. Those are you talking out your mindset, your process, everything. Those are involved in your portfolio. It gives you a more efficiency to stand out, and like show your working that this is what you did. Like for projects I did for myself, I would say I actually did that too. Okay, so let's just say for this church website now, we have this. The goal was to design a modern, elegant, and user-friendly platform that reflects the community essence. You see, those are the things, essence. And then the website serves to attract potential members and provide a seamless online experience and a showcase of Ecclesia's mission, events, and resources. You see, that's the thing. You just need to talk about the whole thing, how it works, and those many ideas that comes to your mind. And when you get it, you can actually go to ChatGPT and it rephrases it for you. Okay, it rephrases it for you. It doesn't. So you, maybe if you're scared, maybe text will be wrong. You can actually just do it, and then ChatGPT helps you to organize everything. Okay. And then the thing I want to tell you is, when you start progressing, that's how it is. You feel the ease now. It comes down, like you feel at ease that you are doing something. Okay, so that's how. So your practice every day makes progress. Like every day you're making progress. Practice, practice, practice. So if it's one page you're doing it. The other page, you're doing it. Okay, so that's how you actually progress. Like in the design field. And if you notice, there's one thing you should know too. Making the design actually work is actually doing the same thing and just a little tweak here and there, here and there, here and there. That's how it actually works. So, like we've done all this right here now, and then we were if you were told to actually do like a card for like a normal card, a like how would I say, a normal card design, you can click on anything. You can just say, okay, this is just one screen right here, and then let me just show you an example of what I'm talking about. So if you have a card, okay, so this is like an example of a card. Okay, so this is a text already. You can see that we're actually using it to form another thing entirely. So you can just say even text design, and then you click on left alignment right here, come here, left alignment too, and then this is your frame, this is on that frame. If you press shift A, you've gotten a card, like you've gotten, and like all those cards you see online, and you're good to go. This is the card, this is how it is. Like you've gotten like a whole new thing entirely. That's what you've gotten right here. You see, and basically you can do the card in many ways. You can just make it let's just transform it a bit. Let it be here like this, and let me teach you how to do that scrolling effect, which we normally do on designs. Okay, so basically we have a card, and then let's just increase the size. Horizontal padding, let's just make it like this. Let's just say 10. So that will be a tip for us to use, 10, and then we increase the padding right here. Okay, cool. So let's fill it to 10. Let's fill it, cool. And then we'll have the edge to be 30, the curve, and then we want to make, like, want to, let me just bring it out here like this. Let me show you how we do it. Okay, so this is a card. You can see how the card is looking now outside. So it will actually give you the idea of what we're actually doing right here. And we'll just increase the card height like this a bit. Okay, cool. So I have this card right here, and basically, if you, this is, um, it's already in a frame inside a frame. Okay, so a frame inside a frame, and you can see how it's all adding up. It's actually working well. You see how the responsiveness is actually on top right there, and it's all good. There is no stress. And if you do it on like this, it will go straight like this. If you notice, if you did like this, it's gonna go straight like this. Okay, and if you say wrap here, and then that's where we can actually do this thing, and then it just breaks up at this point. You can see how it works. Now this is actually a responsive card in a way, which you just created, because you have this one as your fill and the rest of it. But then let's go to the normal one I said I wanted to do, which is the card. You can actually do that scrolling card thing. If you can hear me, just let me know. If you're here, just let me know. Okay, like I said, all the questions you can ask on the group, and they can actually go through them, since today is the last day and we're trying to round up things. So if I come here and I duplicate this card, this would be um, 1, and then I come Control D. Okay, and Control D again. Cool. So we have this right there. We have the frames. Okay, all good with the frames. and then we just come, we select the 3. Okay, so we select 3, and then the next thing to do is that we now press Shift A to make them auto layout again. Okay, so they are on auto layout and it's all good. Auto layout is all good. Now what I do now is that this is a frame. These are frames inside a main frame. Okay, now what I do next is that this is a screen. This is my way of doing things. This is a screen, and I want to draw a frame that's around them. So the screen now is 430, if you remember. So I come here and I draw a phone thing of 430, right? 430, yeah, 430. So I create this 430 right here, and I bring it up right here, okay? And I put it like this, okay? I come here and this frame, which is embodying everything, I'm put it right here. Okay, so this frame right here now, right? I'm going to put it inside this new frame I have, okay? And I position it very well. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So I have it right here. Okay, and then, okay, so this is the frame. This is on my frame. This is frame. And I come to prototype, right? Now, what I'm going to do? I'm not going to use prototype yet. I'm going to put this inside the screen first. Okay, and then I place it on design. I put it at the center. Okay, so I click on this screen right here. In case you get lost, just let me know. Click on this one now, which you have actually this frame itself. You go to prototype, and then you go to this, click on horizontal. So when you click on horizontal, you're gonna have something like this. Okay, so there you can see that. So that's what you're gonna have. Scroll. So you have a frame inside a frame, and then you can actually scroll. Okay, so that's how you do it. So a bit straightforward like that. And also the last tip before we say bye bye to foundation is the creating. No, we're supposed to do 2 tips, which is creating text styles and components. Okay, so creating text styles is easy. So we've done the one for scrolling. If you have a question, like I said, always come to the group and then we answer the question. So for text styles, this is what I mean by text styles. So you're designing, okay, you're designing something on Figma, and you don't want to actually change the text every time like we're doing. So you come here, you click on this text right here, and then you come to this place. You can see these 4 circles right here. If you click on it, you notice it says apply styles, and these are styles that I normally have on my laptops and my system. This is a huge system, so but then I need a new style right here. So I'm going to create a new style, and the name of this new style is going to be header, like H. Let me say H1 text for sign up page. Okay, H1 text for sign up, and then I press create style. Okay, so basically this is H1 text for sign up page. Now watch this. If I come to this one and I come here, I can say I want to just choose that style, and I come here and I click on H1 text for sign up page, right? But it's the same thing, right? It's already the same. It's already registered. So if I come here and I click on this text right here, let me show you how it will change. So if I come here now on this one right here, and I come here too, and I change it to this one, it will change. It will take the same setting. I have there. So this will help you in the long run. Like if you create different styles, you can say, okay, this one is the one I want for I want this one for all the text. So I come here and I click on that one and basically come here and I say I need a new one now. This new one will be for body text or paragraph text. So paragraph text, paragraph text. So anywhere that I go, like anywhere I go and I see text, I can just look for any text now. Okay, even this one on this desktop, you'll notice how it will be. I come here and I click on this text now, and I know that it's not my paragraph text, but then I can come here and say I want it to be that same size. And you see, it shows you the size. You notice, you can see the size, and it comes with the size of the text and the line spacing. You can see. If I click on it, it will now change to that. This is the H1. I chose the H1 just now. If I come here and I click on it, I can change the paragraph text. To change the paragraph text, you can see how easy it is to go. You can actually work around your project. Okay, and then that's for that. And basically, the more you use that field, it will help you like when you're designing. So when you actually have a new screen, you can just type anything. When you finish typing, you just go there, you select, you see, and everything on your styles is right here. It's always here on your styles. Okay. So the next one is components. Now, what are components? Components are like easy, it's like an animation. You're creating an animation style that can be functional throughout your whole it's like a system that can actually work around your whole work when designing. Okay, so if you have a system, you can know that okay, this is what will happen if basically I'm not signing right now, right? Let me show you a system for signing that we can use. So let me remove signing here and put it right here, right? So it's almost similar to prototyping, okay, but it's components. So what we do is that um, we're gonna do this in a simple way. So this is signing right now, and I duplicate it, Ctrl D. Okay, so I want my, let's say, I want the sign in to have something that's an effect when I hover on it. So I click on this fill and I go to black. I want it to be black when I hover on it. Okay, so what I do is that I just come here and I highlight two of them. Okay, this is easy way. Just highlight two of them, and then you go to this place here, right? This place right here. You can see it's like a button when you're playing games, those four buttons. And then you click on create component set, which is component sets. It takes the two of them right here. So what I do now is that I come to prototype. Now watch this. And I click on this first one here and I put it down to sign in. I don't want it to be on top. I want it to be on hover. So while hovering this, it will change to this. Now it's confusing, I know, but let's see how it works. So I've choose while hovering, change to frame 2, dissolve, okay, and gentle. Let it be gentle, just or like I say, ease out. Now watch this. If I copy this, sign in now. Yeah? I copy this, and then I come to this place, right? And now watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna right click and we're going to say paste to replace. So this can help you too in the long run, paste to replace instead of pasting one by one. Paste to replace, and then it will be there. If you notice, the color will change because it's now a component. Huh? It's now a component. And components, what they do is that you can actually change them here. They are properties. They are property 1 and property 2. You can change the name. What if you change the name here to, you can change the name here. You can, this is frame 1, this is frame 2. But if you had changed it to, maybe you change the name here to, you can change the name here to cover, and action. Let's just say action. Okay, so hover, and that's the action after hovering. Okay, so if I come here, anything you do here changes on everywhere. Okay, so that's what happens. Anything you do there changes everywhere. So I've changed it there down. If I come back here, everything's going to be changed, but then we did a mistake because of the name. I didn't actually add. Okay, so I'm going to change everything back now. Just going to change everything here. Invalid name. I actually did a mistake. I was supposed to change it before actually doing the whole component. So let me fix it down for you so that you won't be confused. Let's go back to this thing right here. Let me just change the name first. Let's change it. Let's change the name first. So we just come back. Apologies for that. Okay. So let's come back. Let me change the name first. So we won't be confused with anything. Okay. So we just come here. Okay. So I'm going to change this name to hover. And then change this one to action. Okay. So select all them again. You come here, create component set, and then you go to prototype, select this one. Okay, push it down, and then not tap, hover. Okay, just okay, dissolve. That's fine. And then the next thing is you click on this sign in right here. You can go back to your design now. Press Ctrl C. Then you come here, right click, paste to replace. Okay, so on this property now you can see everything will fine on this, and then you can actually just come to let's go to prototype now, and then we'll change the prototype, change it to none. We don't want change it to no device. Okay, we don't want any issues there. So okay, so we just come here, then we can actually refresh everything. Okay, so we just come and refresh here, and then okay, I haven't pasted it, I'm sorry. Let's go back again to, why is this not working? What's going on? I think I did a mistake somewhere. Let me fix that again. Apologies for that. I don't know what's going on. But I've actually had, jeez, Figma, don't do this to me today. Okay, so I'm just gonna fix everything again. Just hold on a bit. Let me detach instances if there is a mistake, and just gonna detach instance again. Just gonna create it. Just press Ctrl D. Okay, drag it down here. Select both of them. Create component set again. Select the first one, and you know what? I'm just gonna delete this too. I think it's my laptop having an error. Apologies for that. Laptop's an error. God help me. Okay, so let me just look for this one. We haven't added anything to, so let's just look for. Then bring out this one. I'm just gonna bring out the sign in from that place. So I'm look for it. Sign in from this screen. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick up the sign in from this place. Okay, sign in is right here. Cool. So I'm just Control C, Control V. Okay, I'm just gonna put it right here. Just put it right here. Okay. Okay, cool. Just put it back. Cool. Okay, so we're just gonna do that thing again. Just gonna press. Okay, so we're gonna do components again, same thing, but now we're gonna do it in a different way because of my laptop having issues. So we're just gonna come here to create components. Okay, so we're gonna do it again. Just come here. So we're gonna come here, create component, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add a variant to it. Okay, so you come here, and then you add the variant. You come here, you add a variant. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna do the create component set for reasons that I am trying to fix. I think my laptop is having an issue right now, so just gonna do it like that. And then the first one here is default, then the other one here is the variant. Okay, so we're gonna click on this one and set it again to black. Okay, just a bit like this. Okay, you click on the first one right here and you add the prototype, like I said, just bring it right here down, and then we change it to hover while hovering. Good. And dissolve, everything's all good. You click on this one now and you press Ctrl C. Okay, just copy and you come here. Okay, you paste to replace. Voila, so we have this. And then when you come here to your screen, you can actually just fix it right here. It comes down. If you hover over it, it's supposed to change to black. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's the action we're supposed to see the first time. Okay, so the first one, so anytime you hover over the sign in, it's going to be like this, change to black. So this is the components. You can create each, like multiple components around um, your design, and that will now create an action that this was going to happen. And then you notice that if you click on, then you can now say that when you click on the sign in right here, so now you can actually do it that this is hover right here, and then you can say prototype. You can go to this black right here now, and then you move it to this screen. Okay, so this one will now be on click. So on this frame, we've created it that when it comes to this place, it's hover. From here to here is on click. So when you hover over it and it changes to black, right? When you hover over it and change to black, you click on it, it takes you to that screen. You can see the effect which you've created on the design. Okay, so yeah, that is actually just the basics on each of the places, like each of like what Figma actually holds. And with these few things, if you actually expatiate on them every day, you work on them every day, use them on your different design field, like normal lifestyle and everything you're working on Figma. With everything you're doing every day, you're working on using your component, using your textiles and ideation, coming up with the idea and fixing everything place by place. Like with everything you do every day, it builds up your knowledge about the uh, about how to use Figma and everything step by step. That's how you grow with it. Okay, so I really appreciate your time. Thank you for sticking to the end. If you have any questions, like I said, you can actually come to the chat and um, come to WhatsApp, and I will give you all the answers that I needed. And I apologize for the error we had just now, but it was because my laptop actually had when you're using the app on your laptop, the errors normally comes up, and yeah, that's what happened. I had to refresh everything now, and we're good to go. And thank you so much for sticking to the end. Okay, thank you. I appreciate your time and your commitment. And please, if you have not submitted your sign up screen, please do, okay? And you still have a sign up screen to do for this one too. So let's see what you can do, okay? So today, your assignment will be the same sign up screen, and you're going to link it the same thing we did with the linking and everything. So you're going to do it, and you're going to do the same thing too for your app, the same thing your um, for the desktop version. Okay. Okay, guys. Just let me know if you can hear me, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you for sticking to the 3 days, and we are ending it today. Okay, and the next thing that we'll be doing is a masterclass, and it will be coming up soon. I'll keep everyone posted, and I will send a link on the group, which will be created for Telegram, yeah, for UI UX, and also a community too on WhatsApp, and I will share everything, the information with you on the group. Okay, guys, and yeah, you all have a good night rest, and keep on creating, keep on being amazing designers as you are, and always do your best. Okay, just keep up the good work and know that you are amazing. You're doing great. Just keep up the flow. Don't 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 think too hard. Okay. Okay, everyone. You have a good night and good morning from here. Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay. Good night. Good night. Good night.